Well,
Hey, there it is. Okay, it is officially working, and I don't know how I did it.
uh,
I'm amazing at technology. We all know this. I never make mistakes whenever I do this. And we're back. Um, Hello, Ricky.
hello.
What an
Um,
amazing,
you,
amazing couple of weeks that I didn't watch.
you didn't watch. You get flamed for not watching, and
Uh,
rightfully so.
yep. I always come in
But
underprepared, but I always bring in. That's why I have you, and that's why we're gonna have Ian here whenever he comes back. So that's why I'm a good host. How about it?
that's right. You do the technical stuff. I just show up, talk, and we go from there.
That's right.
I can get my analysis, my analytical thinking, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all. People only
To
listen to
anyone that's
this
willing
to
to
listen
listen.
to you. So, all right. Um. Anyways, so we wanted to
So,
jump in.
we do have 2 games in week 3 to go over actually,
Oh,
because I
okay.
think last time we did
So you're
this,
already forgetting
last
shit.
time we did this, yeah, last time we did this, it was mid week 3. Um, so we can just start with that Nebraska game,
Oh
which
yeah.
was a hell of a battle. Props to Alex. My ACC gauntlet is finally over with. Went what 4-1 or something.
You did pretty good.
So I'm good with that. But no, Alex. I think this game started out with him picking me off both my
Yeah.
first drives, and I really had to change my game plan. You know, I was surprised how good defensively he was. To be honest with you, but that's why you have those feelers, and it was just a shootout for a while there. The difference in the game was those middle quarters. I was able to essentially force a punt late in the second quarter, get a quick 7. Now it's 2 touchdown game going into third quarter, and my opponent just has to usually press in that situation.
Yeah.
So
He has a very
it
good
was a
quarterback too.
he's a really
And
good quarterback, and he definitely likes throwing to the flats and deep. Like so, if the deep ball is not there, he's got to press you on the flats. So it's very hard to cover both those areas as a defense. It took me a while to sort of catch up to that. But then offensively, like thankfully my running back just saved me from having to
yeah,
throw
your
the
run
ball that I
game's
wasn't
getting
as
better.
efficient as I normally am. Well, my run game is not maybe getting better, but I definitely have better
You're
players to
using
work
it
with.
more. You're using it
So
more.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my power back, I love that dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. He trucks everybody, and it's
Yeah,
not fair.
it's then if you cheat up, that's where I'll go over the top. Something that was actually missing from my offense last year, the consistent deep ball.
Who do you
So
want?
a lot of
Texas.
ways to attack this year.
What's the other game that we didn't talk about?
Notre Dame and Clemson,
Oh,
which
that's right.
I know you couldn't see due to being at work.
Yep.
So
Give me a
that's
pass
not
on
your
that.
fault. Yeah, I'll give you an actual pass on that one. But this was one sided from the get go. It felt like Clemson just could not get the run game going, and that's his bread and butter.
We
And
got to
he,
work in,
I
Ian.
think he knows. I think he knows his season's on the line. These next couple user games, and they played like it. He played lights out. Was a menace defensively. Just who Nate normally is on a week to week basis. Like I would be very very surprised. Like he's a guy that you'd be surprised that doesn't make the playoffs. So um, he's he's in playoff mode right now, and that's helped. That mindset helped Texas and Matt Glenn get to the championship last year.
Good old Mac Glenn.
Good point, Ricky.
There's Ian.
Yep. Were
Yep.
you able to watch this one?
Yes. Yeah, I was. It just seemed like Nick couldn't. I mean, I think he ran. I don't feel like he ran the ball decent for a little, but then Nate might have adjusted and then forced Nick to pass, and I don't think Nick could get a game plan going as far as the pass goes, and that's where the separation happened.
No, 100%. Then also Ian, you're a little low, at least on my end.
Okay.
Um, but
Yeah.
it was just a great defensive effort, and you make you know run first teams have to pass the ball. That's usually what's happened in this dynasty.
I'm afraid to back out and boost up his audio.
It's all
Um,
good. I mean, it might just be like a.
it's all right.
But now we
And
can go to week 4.
yeah, Colorado, North Carolina again. I was at work, I think, for this, or was I? Was this late at night?
I think this was a Saturday game actually.
All right.
So,
I was in New York
but
on
this
Saturday, so
oh, there you go. Well, this was Christian back to his former old self. It was nice to.
oh, hello, Ricky. Did we lose him? I think we lost Ricky mid
I think
sentence.
Ricky cut out. Yes.
we we have
Huh.
no problems here on the podcast. Everything always works every time we do it.
The only guy that actually watches all the games, because I didn't see this one either.
No, I didn't
So
either. Um,
it seemed like a statement win for Christian getting back to his winning ways.
this podcast is nothing without Ricky, and everybody knows that.
Very true.
Hey, let me.
True, but you're the engine to it. You keep
Well,
all the parts moving.
I'm gonna text him,
All right.
and I'm not gonna stop recording it. So we're just gonna keep going, and we could talk about how you've been physically unstoppable this season, and what's been working for you.
Yeah. I don't know. Normally, typically, when I start off the season, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do offensively, or I have a new quarterback, or whatever. And it feels like I just right now I have the pieces in place, and like my quarterbacks, I think it's his third year, second year, like fully starting. I just feel comfortable with the offense, and my receiving core is really good. I have solid running backs. Just feels like my offense is where it needs to be early in the season, as opposed to wait until week 6 or 7 to get my shit together.
Yeah, you seem to be.
No, I think you're the.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want screaming over the microphone
That's fair.
from a 2-year-old. But no, I think Ian's actually looked like the most impressive user thus far.
I mean,
Just
I don't know. It's hard to say because DJ won that first game. He was winning against Kansas pretty handily before that stuff went haywire. So he's
Yeah,
been impressive as well. I don't.
yeah, there's been 3 teams with really really good resumes. As you said, Virginia Tech. We said Florida State, and Oregon's the other one. Those are the
Yeah,
3 that are sort of separating themselves right now. Um,
I mean,
perennial playoff contenders.
Oregon's defense is just it's tough to. I mean, to hold anyone to 7 points on this game. Now they did it 2 weeks in a row against like solid opponents. Pretty pretty wild.
No, 100%.
Well,
Um,
we can just go into
yeah,
the.
well, I guess we'll get into Virginia Tech Tennessee here.
Well, I was watching
Um,
the first one, and then once it quit, I quit watching it. So
it
once
seemed like
again,
anytime Casey scored a touchdown, disconnected.
yeah, there's definitely some
Yeah,
collusion going on.
that was a three play banger, I think.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was.
No,
Yeah,
this
but
like I
two
know.
good players though.
Yeah, I know Tennessee didn't win, but my God, what a litmus test! What a way to measure yourself against elite competition. And he belonged on the field. He, you could have made an argument if a couple things went the other way, he could have won this game too. So I don't know, Frank. You might have a new top contender in the SEC right there.
Well, he hasn't
Yeah.
even played an SEC game yet, so we'll see what he's actually made of come next week. So
That's true, but I like the eye test so far.
okay, no, that's a fair assessment. I haven't been able to watch him as much, and we were talking earlier, so he said he's been studying my game the past few weeks, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea how you play, so it'll be a fun game. Uh,
when is that? Is that coming up? This
well,
week?
there will be an announcement after we're done recording.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm making a meme and I'm not posting it yet.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
You keep it in your back pocket.
And then we'll go to West Virginia Pitt, the little backyard brawl, and another one where BK was standing on his head defensively. Is that what I'm hearing,
Was he
Ricky?
wearing the shiesty or?
He definitely was.
He
Well, that's
he put it on mid. He put it on like the second quarter.
probably explains the dominant win.
I heard
Yeah,
he
but I mean,
wasn't.
this game,
I heard there was a time when he wasn't even, whenever he was on his head in the middle of the game. So,
yeah, he was doing headstands.
um, so everyone,
Oh, yeah,
whenever Brandon streams,
yeah,
he's a must watch.
definitely.
He's starting to figure it out defensively. He's not throwing. He's beating guys that he should beat, and that's good.
Yeah. Honestly, I haven't caught a ton of his action, but I know he likes to get the running backs involved with passes and everything. And if he can get the defense rolling, he's definitely a formidable opponent.
Yeah. That's why him in Texas next week. It might be could be Brandon's quote Ricky litmus test. So
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be.
like
I mean,
because
that's a must
Brandon
win.
can score points. Yeah, it is because Texas
Absolutely.
isn't having a great year either.
and might as
Not,
I
well
mean, they're
not so far, not to their standard.
go right
they have
into it.
2 losses. They can't really drop another one. You know.
Yeah,
Just by
unless you know if you drop another one, you are basically saying I need to win the conference to get in.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
yeah.
that's a tall task against Mitch and a lot of those other guys in the Big 12.
I wonder if Texas is
Apparently,
having
SMU.
regrets.
I don't know. I think they're just trying to figure out their offense.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have the. Well, he's got two. He's got one good back,
He
but
definitely
he's
still has
receiving.
speed.
Yeah, he's definitely still has it. It's Texas, but
He does still
SMU
have
making a
that.
name.
Yeah, I mean they played in some great games so far.
Yeah, I mean he's been in like some absolute slobber knockers, like
Slobber
ESPN
knockers.
Classic type games. Like the Florida game was just as good as that Texas one. It actually makes
Yeah,
Corey's win even look a hell of a lot better.
yeah, and shout out to Corey having a nice start to his season. 3-1, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think we'll get to his game here in a second, but Kansas, Oregon. I mean,
Kansas with a
this
tough year.
was. Yeah, but they did start the year with that big win against Iowa. I think Mitch is another guy that's trying to figure out his offense right now. You can tell he definitely tried to change his playbook to be not so offensively oriented and dependent. I think he had actually a lot of success in the run game against Iowa, and for some reason it hasn't worked out against Virginia Tech or Oregon. So I think he's going back to the drawing board a little bit. At least that's what he's told me. And don't count him out yet. The good news is he has some weeks to figure it all out.
Oh yeah, out of
But
conference loss.
Here's what's great about the season is you get to play these out of conference games. They're a lot of fun. But then, like, you essentially start a second season once conference play starts. So, I mean, everything's on the table once conference play starts. You could be 0-3, 0-4, whatever going into conference play, and you still, you still have a chance to make the playoff if you can lock down and get your shit together for conference play.
100%. And he's technically got the win over Virginia Tech just because of the
Yeah,
glitch in the system.
Well, yeah.
So he has some losses to even give up too. Like it's just the eye test hasn't been there the past couple of weeks, but I still have faith in Mitch. He's still a tier 1 user in my opinion. He'll figure it out. But
definitely.
what a performance by Oregon. I mean, just another one.
Yeah, he knows how to.
Lockdown defense.
Yep, he knows how to do it.
And that's a good trait to have with all those offenses that are in the Big 10.
Yeah, it'd be fun. He got to you defensively whenever he played you last. So
honestly the only user that's ever done that to me in this league. Like it's
Yeah,
um
I remember that game. That was a sight to see. He was locked in defensively, like almost like the entire game, which is tough to do.
yeah, like yeah, after that first quarter he was locked in, and I definitely had to go back to the drawing board, and I'm not even sure it's still going to work when I play him later this year, but you know, um the fact that he's making me have to go against my grain to try to beat him tells you everything about how you have to strategically go against Oregon.
Well, here, Ricky, this is a team in the Crimson Tide that you were just talking about in such high regards last podcast, and then they run into this new guy on the block here, Michigan. And would this somewhat be an upset in your eyes?
I definitely think it's an upset. Not because I don't believe in Boyd, because he had the biggest upset, in my opinion, still in the dynasty with that win against Colorado
Yep.
last year. But he just needed to prove he can do it with this team,
Yep.
and I think I think he can be a player in the Big Ten. Like a lot of people are gonna obviously look at Oregon, Iowa, even Penn State making a comeback. I made the playoffs last year. Um, but I think he plays away. He such has such a unique style that he too can make some noise here. And what a hell, what a win for him! It's definitely a signature win to show, hey, I'm a part of this too.
Yeah, he has experience in these upsets.
Yeah. Just speaking on that game, that was pretty fun. I think it was like back and forth for a while. Kind of looked like Alabama had control early, then Michigan kind of took it over late in the first half, and I think it kind of just handled business in the second half, from what I remember.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, then honestly, like Michigan was the better team in the second half. That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
And I
I think it's the
believe,
last game we have to go over
yeah,
is
believe this is
Missouri,
it.
Florida.
This one, I was shocked last podcast. I took Missouri. Ricky, you were shocked I took Missouri, and I was right.
I was.
And
You were
honestly, I
right for
was,
once.
but yeah, I know I'm really bad at picking because I don't watch. But I went against my gut because I never want to pick Missouri, but I picked them and it worked out. Um, it looks like he won because Corey threw 5 picks, and
That'll do it.
usually the team that throws 5 picks doesn't win. And I'm shocked
No, no.
Missouri didn't throw any because he likes to get that ball going in the air. So
I think he's trying to get the run game going this year,
good for
so
Jaramita.
he's a little bit more balanced. It's definitely worked out for him in this game.
And then yeah, that should be it for week
Yeah,
4.
week 4. Now we can sort of look ahead to week 5 and maybe even week 6. There's not even too many to go over there.
So SMU Georgia. I'll probably take SMU in that one.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not, right? I mean, after that performance against Texas, no offense to Georgia, but no, SMU showed me something that, like, Matt's a damn good player, and not many can sort of take control of a fourth quarter like that, like he did. And I know, like, you know, Matt unfortunately like sort of set himself up for failure with um,
The
that
fourth and
first and
40.
goal or first and 10 turning into like fourth and 40. But you
Yeah, he
know,
had the opportunity to tie it there.
yeah, he had the opportunity to tie it, and I actually was like, man, SMU should be using some timeouts here in my head. But um, I'm gonna go with Joe. Maybe it's just a reactionary tale, but I think the Big 12 is a secret player.
Yeah,
Yep.
What about you, Ian? Who you taking?
I'm I'm on the Joe train. I'm on
he's
the
on.
low master train.
Okay, all 3 on
Yep.
SMU. Mustangs are making a comeback. A&M Oklahoma. I'm going to take Oklahoma. I don't think A&M has it this year. I think he just runs the ball and chews the clock. I think so. I'm gonna take Oklahoma here because and it's at Oklahoma, which is already gonna be disadvantage for A&M, and I'm taking Barfield here.
I actually agree with you. I'm going to take Barfield.
Wow.
I Barfield can attack you multiple ways, um, and unless you are like a really, really, really efficient at running the ball, I feel like these teams that just um, don't like to pass are sort of getting penalized this year in the user games. And from playing Oklahoma last year, I know he can do both, and he has a stellar running back to boot. So I'm gonna go with Oklahoma for, I guess, what you call it upset, but they're both pretty good users.
I mean, I see where you guys are coming from for sure. And Barfield is definitely good offensively. He can get you out of plays pretty easy. Um, probably I'm gonna go with A. They've been a proven. They're usually a top 5, top 10 team. And I know Barfield misses some games. They're a great player, but I don't know. A&M think they'll figure it out. They'll get it. They'll get the offense going, the ground game. If it comes down to if they can control the clock too. I'll take A&M.
Okay. 2-1. Ohio State or no, Penn State, Michigan. McMahon's slightly nervous about this from recent texts, because
He
they
should
both
be.
they both play the same style of offense. I do think Penn State has a better team, even though it's you know at Michigan, so that's never easy. Um, yeah, I'm taking McMahon. Maybe a little bias, but I think McMahon knows his team a little bit more, and I think his defense is better than Michigan's, like his user ability. So I'm taking McMahon.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Boyd's pretty good defensively too. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna bet against McMahon here, but again, that might be speaking with my heart.
We tend to do
I
that.
just like I just like McMahon's ability to win these kind of games because the way Michigan plays reminds me of the way Iowa plays, and McMahon's actually gotten sort of the better end of that recently. So I think the experience and those kind of just both teams like to run the ball kind of experience will pay dividends in the fourth quarter.
Yep. Agreed. I'll go with McMahon also. He seems locked in this year. He got that salty or sour taste in his mouth last year. I think he wants to get out, so I'm gonna go with McMahon. I think he's locked in.
He locked and loaded. And
Definitely
well,
motivated.
yeah. And you mentioned Iowa recently, and they have Ohio State now, Ricky. So Lane here getting his first taste of the Big Ten. Um, maybe I think I'm gonna take Iowa here, just because I don't think Lane knows what he's gonna be getting into here in the Big Ten. So I think he might be coming in thinking it's gonna be easy for him, and then he's gonna run into Bake here, and Bake's gonna teach him what the Big Ten's about. Do you agree? Disagree?
I actually agree with you here. I think the Wardle Lane, I think he's someone that is going to surprise people at some point this year. But the first like actual user game against this kind of competition is going to be, sort of a head scratching moment for him a little bit. I think, you know, if Ohio State's going to win this one, it's because Lane's ability to be a user with a linebacker. But Bake is just as good at that. So I don't think he's gonna be able to do what he's been doing against computers offensively. So give me Bake, but I think this is gonna be a loss where Lane learns a lot from, and he's gonna use it to whoever he plays next.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't seen. I don't even know if I've seen Ohio State or Lane play. It would have been cool to see the Notre Dame Ohio State game last week if we could have got that, but
Yep.
things happen. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think Bake had a. I'm pretty sure he had a baby in the last few months, so I don't know if that's. I'm sure he's pretty focused on that, and that kind of attributed to last year a little bit of a slide. I think he's going to come back, get locked in, and I think, like you guys said, it's tough coming in your first user conference game against a solid opponent like that. You said it's at Iowa.
I believe.
I believe so. Yes.
That's going
Yes.
to be tough. I'm going to go with Iowa. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, Lane, but that's how it goes here. West Virginia, Texas, Big 12 action. West Virginia getting their first taste of the Big 12 this year. Texas already, 0-1 because previously, as we said. Um, I think Glenn's gonna beat West Virginia. I uh, I think Brandon's gonna get, you know, he's gonna be too confident coming in. I feel like he's gonna get, uh, down early, and I think some things are just gonna happen. I think Texas might blow him out, and I don't mean to be mean, but because I love BK, but I think this is gonna be one of those games where BK's coming in confident, and it might be a trap for
Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. I I see where you're coming from. However, I think Texas is sort of as sporadic offensively as Brandon's proven to be. I think West Virginia's actually go up early. I think Texas is gonna sort of feel some pressure here of needing to win this game, needing to prove like, hey, these two losses are just the result of having a really tough schedule early on. But I think Brandon's the better user defensively. So I think I'm going to take West Virginia with a big upset here. It's going to be close, but I think the fourth quarter is what's going to win it for West Virginia. They're going to have that early lead. Texas going to battle back, and Brandon's going to just lock in, run the ball just efficiently enough to go kick a game-winning field goal
Oh wow, field goal.
by a field goal.
Wow. On the road field goal. Ricky, you heard it here first.
It could be done.
Yeah. Ian,
What do you think, Ian?
he's here. He might have departed.
May have lost him for a little bit.
He is
Happens.
working. He is doing two things at once. He's an amazing
I
commissioner.
know that is a
Hold
worksman.
on, let me get my pick in.
There he
All right.
is.
Yeah, sorry.
West
I think I bumped the mute button. Yeah, so must win for Matt. I think he gets back in the lab, playing at home in Austin after going on the road for a couple tough games. Texas wins.
All right. And TCU, Colorado. Hawker, man. Hawker's having a tough season. Um, as much as we love him, I'm taking the Buffs.
Yeah, I think Christian really showed something last week against a really good user in Zach and UNC. I think that was a game to build his confidence back, and that's actually what I think's been his problem since losing that game to Iowa is just a little confidence problem in user games. So I think the old Christian's back, and I think he's gonna storm to a big victory over TCU.
I'll go Buffs also. Lock me in.
All right. Do you want to do week 6 or no?
Yeah, there's only like 4 games, so why not?
All right. So there's no ACC. You got Oklahoma and Texas. And we
I
got
think. Oh, Frank, you've been going first, so let's keep that going.
okay. Oklahoma, Texas. I'm taking Oklahoma again. I think he's gonna get him in the Red River rivalry, dude. I can't say that. Red River rivalry. We're gonna take the Sooners.
Yeah, I think actually Oklahoma blew Texas out in this game last year. So, or wait, never mind. It was a sim game or something, right?
It, I
Am I
think
thinking of
this
game?
was this whenever there was a problem. There
I
was
think this was the sim game. Yes. Never mind.
yes,
I think there was some kind of controversy
there
last year.
was.
Um, but I will take Matt Glenn here. I know I just picked him to lose to West Virginia, but I think that's the loss that propels him to being all right. I need to just lock in. He's gonna do some experimenting against a non-conference game in Oklahoma. He's gonna lead that to start ruling the Big 12.
Yep. Is Ian here?
He might be muted again.
He's muted. It's all good. We'll just go along and we'll go to the lone Big Ten game. We'll do Penn State, USC. I'm gonna take Penn State. I just think he's better as a user. USC is good defensively, but I think McMahon's just gonna run the ball all over him. That's kind of what he's been doing this year, and it's been working for him. I haven't caught a lot of USC's action. I've obviously seen a lot of Penn State's, but what I've seen, I'm taking Penn State.
I don't think there's been much action. I think he played Pitt, and that may have been it. I mean, I'm probably forgetting a game or two, but like I don't think there's been
Okay.
too much um, for Shaner to go off of. So really, I don't know what his offense looks like in the post Branch era. He no longer has that top end
I mean,
receiver.
4-0 and 1-0 in the conference isn't a bad start. So a loss here to
No,
Penn
like
State
yeah,
wouldn't be the worst thing. Um,
yeah. I think I was gonna go with Penn State because I know what McMahon's identity is, what he's capable of.
yeah.
But keep an eye out for that USC team. I'm not really picking against him. It's really picking what Penn State has to offer.
Yeah. Alrighty, moving to my
And
conference here. We got LSU and Bama. I'm taking Bama here. He's gonna get some bounce back going here against the Tigers, and I think it's gonna might not. I think it might be a little bit of a beatdown, maybe a 10+ point win here for the Tide. So I'm taking Alabama minus 10.5.
yeah, I'm taking Bama. I haven't seen anything in a while from LSU. I'm not even sure if they really played a user game in a while. At
There
least
was
one
a
I have
sim
seen.
first week.
Yeah. So um, I just have to choose Alabama by default.
Yeah, I think Alabama will win with ease. All right, Ricky. I know you want to take Tennessee, so go ahead and tell me why you're taking them.
Ooh, I don't know. This is definitely. I think whoever wins this game has a pretty clear path to making the SEC championship. You both are running the ball very efficiently. I think Tennessee has the better players on offense. But I also saw what you did to Oregon defensively, and that's a pretty damn good user there. I think you could be a kryptonite to Casey's early success here. I think you're going to force this into being like a 14-13 kind of game,
That's all I can hope.
and that's more your game, not a 35-30. So give
Yeah.
me the Rebels.
All right. I don't win games that don't almost give me heart attacks. So I need, in order to win, it obviously needs to be, low scoring because I just don't have the guys again. Like I just have a young team. I mean, I have the guys. I have them. They're just young. So I just, next season is probably gonna be my best year, like with player wise. But I'm not looking past what I have this year, and Casey is coming in with the awesome Tennessee roster, and he's proven against DJ. What could have been game one or game two, but I'm I'm definitely nervous. He said he had this one circled on his calendar. He said he's been waiting for this, so he's coming in with a little bit of energy coming into Oxford. So I'm definitely excited to play it, um, and it should be fun. Hopefully, hopefully I keep it close.
Yeah. No, I can see why. Like he circled it because like this truly could be a defining moment on who
It's his debut.
represents the SEC. Yeah, doesn't get any bigger than that. And I'm not sure if Ian's back or not yet, but
I
There he is.
just got back here. Sorry, guys.
Who are you
no,
taking, me or
perfect. Who you got in
Tennessee?
Ole Miss, Tennessee. the struggling Ole Miss offense as of late. I don't like it.
Well, it's been a little better. It's been a little better.
It has been. No, it has been. And the quarterback change, I think you can attribute to a little bit of improvement there. At Ole Miss, I hate to do this to you, Frankie, but
Yeah.
I like Tennessee. I like the way they're playing.
No, it's fair. Ricky really wanted to take him too, but I think he picked me just to save my heart.
To be a good friend, yeah.
But no,
No, I could easily see you winning, especially at home. It's tough to win on the road already, and you having that home field advantage plus starting to get your offense moving a little bit. I could see you winning, but just what I've seen so far,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Tennessee.
fair. Yep.
I mean, it's just the ultimate battle of someone that's offensively oriented versus someone that's defensively oriented. Who wins?
I play like the Pittsburgh Steelers, which isn't fun.
That's not a good thing.
Nope, that's
No reason.
I emulate my idols, so it's not good.
Choose new idols, please.
I know.
All right. Well, then that's everything. Like I think only going 2 weeks in advance
Yeah.
is really the smart thing here.
Take a
Not a
peek
lot of
here.
user games, so you'll be adding a lot of people in the band app. I'm sure about getting their computer games in.
Yeah. I mean, I just put it out there just so they, if some people forget, that's really why I do it. And plus, if you're last, I like
it
this.
does not. I mean, just letting people know it doesn't harm anything. People can. I haven't even played my computer game yet. You'll have to tag me on your next
Oh, I
post,
will.
So. All right.